What is up? I try to wipe YouTube. I try to wipe my mouth. I just finished eating, y'all. I ain't eat on camera, but I wipe my mouth on camera. I'm getting better though. Getting better. No eating on camera. So I checked in all the food, cause it give you a 5-second countdown, man. I thought I can wipe my mouth in 5 seconds. I learned something new. Can't wipe your mouth in 5 seconds. What's up, man? Check this out. This is a video y'all want to see. This gonna be like a movie for me, most definitely. Have mercy. I can't rhyme, but I got something to say. Jaguar Wright, all the tea Jaguar Wright has spilled on Beyonce so far, on Bey-Z, I guess that's Beyonce. I assumed that it's Beyonce. How y'all doing? Y'all doing all right? Uncle Mike is feeling good, man. I've been exercising. Hey, I'm telling y'all, man, the most important thing you can do, you don't have to do a lot of exercise. You don't have to get in the gym like them big muscle men and all this stuff. People kill me. They gotta buy jogging pants and jogging shoes. Ain't even jog nowhere yet. Take whatever shoes on your feet, get out your house, walk down the street, walk back. You can start there. Just keep walking a little bit. Walk, get that heart rate up a little bit. Start off doing 5 push-ups like I did. Man, don't laugh at me. I'm up to 10 now. I do 10 push-ups. I'm up to 10, so yeah. Yep, so look here. In the world, I should hang the phone up. Oh, them shorts. She got on shorts. They just the same color as her skin. That's all. She trying to distract me, man. My boo boo on the phone. Anyway, I'm a dim. Look. I'm gonna dim the lights. Yeah, I'm gonna dim them a little bit more. Wait a minute, y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna dim the lights, baby. Y'all hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell. Hit that subscribe button, man. Hit that bell, man, because we are helping people. Don't forget to check our links below, man. Become a Patreon. Help support the channel. Patreons get videos, behind the scene, and all that type of good stuff. And we got a treasure hunt going on. It's a little game we playing. So get at you. Let's check this bad boy out. Disclaimer.
And we're back. The Jaguar is always right special. Early on in the Diddy federal case, people were speculating who else may go down with him. And Jay-Z's name was the first that came to my mind. Suggesting he should be looked at caused people to literally come for me. Well, here we are. And Jay-Z is absolutely not helping his case. Diddy denied the accusations against him too, until there was video evidence of his assault against 𝗟𝗢𝗡𝗞𝗦. And what followed was the most pathetic squirmy-wormy apology video the internet has ever seen.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. Sometimes you gotta do that. I was fucked up. I mean, I hit rock bottom.
Damn,
but I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video.
You know what tripped me out, man? When you doing all this negative stuff, you know you doing it. You know it's wrong. And it come to light, dog. And you see it. So now you outside looking at what you know the world is seeing. And it's messed up, man. It's messed up. He knows messed up. So it ain't no excuse for that, man. So yeah. This is crazy, man.
I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now.
He trying to figure out how the hell I get this far in life.
When I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy and go into rehab. Had to ask God for his mercy and grace.
That's crazy.
I'm so sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day.
I think that
I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
I think that the problem in today's world
bullshit in the morning.
I think what the problem is in today's world is just social media, man. People are so fast to put that shit out on social media. They feelings. They trying to go to social media to ask for forgiveness and just keep your mouth shut, man. Like Busta Rhymes. I've started to notice, man, the more stuff Big Homie CC say about Busta Rhymes, Busta Rhymes haven't responded or said a word. Not even, like, man, whatever, man. I'm rich. I'm going to do me. I ain't for that social media stuff. You know what I'm saying? Angie Stones, man. I really think that she shouldn't have jumped out there and got on and put all her information out there. Like, these record labels are taking advantage of me, stealing so much money. I could have been retired. I wouldn't want the world to know that. And then the record labels, what you say about me? They did something about it. Allegedly. Who knows, you know? Because she said, I don't know what they're going to do about me. So I don't think it's a good idea to use social media to put your personal business out there, Puffy. Because you look, oh my God, you look ugly.
Bullshit in the evening, bullshit out.
Here we go.
I'm truly sorry.
That was so whack. That was whack, young. That was the wackest
bullshit
thing you ever did.
Bullshit in the morning, bullshit in the evening, bullshit at dinner time. When bullshit's on the table, you can eat bullshit anytime.
All the time.
Jay-Z is currently in his denial stage, but the likelihood of the alleged crimes against him are fairly high, because A plus B equals C. And holy fuck, finally algebra, or whatever the fuck that math is called, is finally coming into play. The square root of the crime hypotenuse is equal to the sums of the squares of the two other crimes.
Yeah.
Jay-Z, the time is up. You've used Diddy as the fuck around shield for long enough.
Yeah.
And now it's time to pay the piper. Holy fuck, guys. Watch me do the maths. I haven't legitimately mathed in like 20 years. They kept telling me it's not like I'll always have a calculator in my pocket, and I gotta learn the shit. Well, we all have everything we needed for a good time in the 90s, all in one device, in our pockets, for well over a decade now. Plus calculators. So there's no excuse to not be able to put two and two together anymore. Spiro wants us to believe that Diddy and Jay-Z were never close. But also in my pocket is the entire internet. And you can't hide the decades worth of photo evidence that they were total butt buddies. How dare anyone suggest that Bey-Z knew what Diddy was up to and still chose to associate with him? Let alone that they were likely willing participants in the freakery. Allegedly. Jaguar had a lot to say about the dynamic duo prior to Jay-Z being named in the most recent lawsuit amendment. So let's go ahead and review. Since there are entire teams put in place for damage control to try and distract us and make us forget what we've already been told that seemed so outlandish at the time, but is not quite so far-fetched now. We gotta keep pace with the liarrhea. These guys have the most expensive liars in all of the land. Lawyers. I mean lawyers.
Liarrhea.
So we need to do our own due diligence in order to find the common denominator of truth.
Lawyers are called
let's do the time
liarrheas.
warp again. And take a trip down memory lane with what's been alleged by this prolific insider that literally just kills me with some of the stuff she says. But in all seriousness, with Jag's batting average, it's probably about time we all shut up and listen. Yeah. And now, the woman of the hour.
You knew Sean Diddy Combs for a long time. You attended a number of his infamous parties. And in 2022, you made headlines after comments where you called him a sex trafficker. And in response, you were called crazy and jealous. Do you feel vindicated by the events of the last few weeks?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
Because he's just the beginning. Until him and his cohorts are all held to account publicly and legally, the victims, they're not safe. To live through these things and hear your elders in the business, people like Patti LaBelle say, just avoid him, honey. And being taught to be just avoid him, honey. It's not good enough. Not when you live through these things, you're still suffering the PTSD created by all of this, and you're talking to a victim that's 20 years younger than you, and she's telling you the exact same thing that happened to you. You want to know why there's no vindication for me? Because for 4 years, I've been screaming, not just Diddy, but Diddy and Jay-Z are monsters. And the victim-making machine kept going on.
Jay-Z has been notable by his silence since these charges were brought against Diddy. Why do you think that is?
Because that's what he does. He starts little fires everywhere. Forces everyone involved to go and carry water while he sneaks away without a response. That changes now, Sean. You must respond. You have no choice.
Yeah.
Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, Robert Kelly, Sean Combs have one person in common, professionally and privately. Sean Carter. A lot of people have been questioning, well, she doesn't really know him. She has no knowledge of him. She doesn't have a picture with him. I'm smarter than Claudia Jordan. I would never take a picture with the devil. Everyone knew he was the devil. He's been the devil for 30 years. He's been covered and protected by not only Clive Davis, but Lucian Grange. He was selected to be the demon that he is, to keep the culture in line so the industry could continue to rape it for all of its precious jewels.
Preach.
We have too many lost.
Preach.
The list of lost is ridiculous, and everyone knows Diddy was selected for this job. He's the Judas.
Do you think that if he's cornered in the way that he's been now, that he may start revealing things about other people?
He has no choice. His ego and his drug addiction won't allow him to do anything different. Anybody who thinks he's not going to talk is crazy. The simple fact that he's not saying more now only means that the people who have been protecting him all along, who put him in position to be such a horror to the black community, still find value in him. He's got everybody on tape. They all know it.
They all know it.
It's a mess.
For those who were never at these freak-off parties, what were they like?
See, this is the thing. Everything that I'm about to say to you is not my firsthand knowledge. It is my firsthand witness account experience. I was a sex worker. I was a dominatrix before I got my record deal. That's how I know how the dark world and the sex world and the entertainment world run hand in hand. That's why the movie Blink Twice is so important. Salute to Zoe Kravitz. The sex workers that I have worked with throughout the years and continue to work with even to this day have worn hidden cameras. I have my own tapes. I've seen what they do. The ritualistic behaviors, the drugging, putting girls in the suitcases, dumping them in alleyways. It's horrifying. And it's all done under the protection of, this is going to be paid off. There's another NDA. This is going to be, it's terrible.
It seems to have been something that a lot of people knew about, but people were simply too scared
Everyone knows.
to talk about.
Everyone knows. And every person that's sitting there trying to act surprised knows very well. The whole point of this, like Cat Williams said when he sat with Shay Shay earlier this year, the whole point of this is for them in a coordinated effort to pretend like none of it is real for the public's perception.
That's crazy.
Everyone knows what's going on, and it's been going on for years. It's been going on before Diddy. See, people keep looking at him like he's this Sputnik that came out of nowhere. This is someone who was designed to be what he is. We got to stop making Diddies. And if we're going to do that, then we got to go back. We got to go back to even further the mentors of these people. Because Diddy was taught how to do what he does systematically. And Clive Davis has been his greatest teacher.
Look, Clive Davis is not here to respond to that, nor is Jay-Z. But a lot of people, famous people in the music industry, have been notable, like I say, by their silence so far. It's also been notable that since the Me Too campaign began in 2017, the music industry has largely avoided the same scrutiny that other industries have had. Why do you think that is?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
Since Me Too began in 2017, the music industry has largely avoided the same kind of scrutiny that other industries have had. Why do you think that is?
Well, because the Me Too movement was a ruse. It was a setup. It was a scam. I'm saying that now, publicly. Dream Hampton spearheaded the Surviving R. Kelly campaign, which fueled the Me Too campaign. And that was all funded by Sean Carter to make sure that Robert Kelly went to jail. Get his lick back. Why is nobody understanding that Dream Hampton was being financed and ran by Sean Carter? They were able to go and get all of these witnesses because he was there with Robert Kelly. How does Jay-Z sit down with Gayle King and she not ask him one question about the intersection between him and Aaliyah and Robert Kelly? This is insane that people keep refusing to see what's right there. If the Me Too movement were real, why aren't they speaking now? They've also been very quiet in this time of the diddler's downfall. It's been happening in front of everyone's faces for decades. For decades.
How many
What's the difference between me and Judy Garland? Social media.
How many victims?
There was none for her.
How many victims potentially do you think there could be?
Thousands. Thousands. I've talked to hundreds that I deal with still myself. I have 3 victims right now who are willing to give testimony about not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well.
Wow.
They're a nasty little couple.
Damn.
They do nasty things.
Damn.
What do you think happened with Kim?
Keeping people against their will.
Damn.
Putting people on planes while they're unconscious, just like Aaliyah got on that plane.
Facts.
Unconscious. There's a lot of things that people don't want to talk about. Piers.
Listen, like I said, Jay-Z and Beyonce are not here, unfortunately, to respond to that.
I know. I'm just being honest with you.
You're perfectly entitled to your views, obviously. Kim Porter,
Yes.
a new book claims that Diddy may have been involved in her early death. What do you think of that?
I think people should really look into that more. I am friends with Al B. Shore. I love him. I love his children. I knew Kim. We used to all hang out together at the Kit Kat Club back in the mid-90s when Diddy was first starting his reign. I watched that whole thing happen. And everything that Albert has been through, every attempt on his life that has been ignored by the authorities, it all leads back to Diddy. And everyone knows it.
He brought you on to speak on Diddy, and it seemed as if your focus turned to Jay-Z, his wife.
That's always been my focus.
Yes. What?
They're one and the same.
They one and the same.
Tell me something. When you have a peanut butter jelly sandwich, if it's just peanut butter, it's just peanut butter. If it's just jelly, it's jelly. When you put it together, it becomes a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and the taste is undeniable.
You saying Diddy and Jay-Z is peanut butter jelly?
Peanut butter and jelly. Let's deal with the sandwich.
Let's deal with the sandwich now.
We asked you this last time, and Piers Morgan said it. They're not here to defend themselves. Do you think the Carters will speak about any of this at all? Do you just feel that they'll make any statement about
Beyonce
what's going on?
is losing hundreds of thousands, millions of followers every day. And she still hasn't said anything.
Ain't said a word.
Just pretending like life is great in Paris.
That's crazy.
Is it her place to say something?
I mean, probably not, considering she's going to be indicted for anything she would say. These are criminals. Diddy is a drug dealer, and so is Jay-Z. The proof is there. How many people does he have to be around before people see him for who he is?
It seems like these artists are trying to run away from their past. Diddy changed his name multiple times to say, that's not me. I'm trying to move beyond Diddy. I'm Love now. It seems like Jay-Z would try to run away from his past.
Calling that nigga Love and anything that he did love. Brother love. What kind of love? Baby oil love. Baby love. Baby love. Explicit love. Hey! They never thought that hip-hop would take it this far.
Oh, man. It's different now.
These lyrics are all hitting different right now.
Yeah.
That's artists that people talking about. Fathers. All kinds of stuff.
Damn, words are so bad, they had to bleep it out. Damn.
So let's just start with Piers Morgan, because there's a headline that went out that was very powerful.
It sure is funny how they still got copies of that Piers Morgan tape, right? But they called and told Piers Morgan to take it down. He took that whole segment we just watched. Piers Morgan had to take it off his YouTube channel. But by that time, a lot of people have copied it, and it just so happened that we're one of them. And my man has copied it. He's copied it, and now we reacting to it again, which is help keeping this stuff in circulation. That's crazy, man.
That people are running with, where it just says Jay-Z is the real monster. Now, before you speak on it, to even get to Piers Morgan, can you explain how that took place and why even take that interview to go forward?
Well, excuse me.
Bless us.
I can't say that I sought it out because I didn't. Truth is we didn't see it coming. But I have to credit Odell.
Shout out Odeezy.
My love. I have to credit him because since we've combined and joined forces and become a hell of an investigative journalism team. See, I'm the content, I'm the passion, I'm the voice. I'm also the brain, but I do too much by myself. That's the brain. That's the administrator. That's the bloodhound. And he, there were so many people that hacked into so many of my accounts. People didn't even know how to get in touch with me anymore. And Odell created that lane.
Yes.
And they reached out to him. Piers Morgan's producers called him directly. And we talked about it briefly, and I said, we have to do it. We have to. Because the one thing I know about Piers Morgan is he is smart prey. And not only is he smart prey, he is a great conductor of information. He also vets things viciously. And I want to thank you for that. Because if my word is good enough to make it through Piers Morgan's a firewall of please don't sue me, then I guess he just vetted me for every ounce of real life content on this blue couch. We thank you for that.
Amen.
Do you feel that Piers Morgan allowed you to get, because you only have so many minutes, I know you don't know exactly how the show is going to be structured. Did you get what you want to say out? And was there more for you to say? Of course there's more to say.
I'll never have enough to say.
Amen.
There will never be enough screen time.
Amen.
For me to say. But what I will say is,
she got, boy, you go to Jaguar Wright channel, she got 3-4 hour daggone videos up there, just her talking. Yeah, you right. Shoot, they would be still, if she was doing an interview, and she would be still talking right now. I can hear her now. And another thing,
I'm grateful for the questions he asked.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for the time he gave me to answer. And I pray that I was able to hit everything that needed to be hit for the public.
Yeah, you did.
How did you feel about Vlad going after you?
I loved it. I saw the lineup immediately.
Right.
Especially when I saw the lawyer, Ariel, kid that came after.
Right.
What Piers did was brilliant journalism.
Yeah.
He created a beef without there being one.
Yeah.
And he created multiple episodes for confrontation after.
Facts.
It's brilliant.
It is, Vlad has said, you're a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
He has never wanted you on a show. He has
Ever.
reached out to you.
You know what? Hold up. Drum roll. Where do I find that receipt?
Oh.
Why did you reach out to Jag back in June asking for Jag to be on the show?
Why you do that, Vlad?
Vlad, why you playing in our face?
Why you lie? Why you lying on Piers Morgan?
I saw it. I never responded. Odell responded. Weeks and weeks later. But then again, Diddy was already in trouble, so you really didn't need to talk to me because you couldn't do much disinformation with me. I guess that's why your friend from the Star Report, or should I say the Comet Report, because he crashed out just like a comet. I guess that's why he was so upset when I started asking him relevant questions about why he's propping up a liar. At this point in time, Vlad, I think it's only fair to say that Carol Johnson, your assistant, unless you're saying you didn't know, she sent this on your behalf. You did want me on your show.
I mean, which makes sense. For the kind of content he chased.
Yeah.
It makes
He's
sense.
always looking to put a case on somebody to move him out of the way.
With that being said, was it stated that you weren't going to rebuttal Vlad at that time? Did they let you know?
I didn't even know Vlad was going to be on.
Oh.
Like I said, it was brilliant.
Wow.
Because everything that he said, denouncing me and then confirming me and then talking about, that all happened a day before the report about the 9-year-old boy was released. And before people started confirming that the video that was being shopped around was Bieber and Diddy. See, that's the problem with running your mouth, Vlad. That's the problem. You didn't realize on Monday that every word that you said was going to be invalidated on Tuesday. See, that's what happens when you're a liar. See, I didn't have to worry about what I said on Monday. Because I knew what I said on Monday was going to hold up on Wednesday. The truth needs no support, just time and room.
Facts.
So who's next?
Y'all don't see the lineup?
Yeah, we see the lineup. I'm just waiting to see who's next.
Jay-Z is setting Diddy up. Why is everyone having such a hard time? He ain't doing shit different. He lined up D. Haven, stole his life and identity. He lined up Big L, stole his life and identity. He lined up Dame Dash, stole his life, identity, and took his love. Lined up R. Kelly. He wants to be the one.
Yeah, shout out D. Haven. He actually hit us up, wanted to tell this story.
You need to talk to D. Haven.
Yeah, we need to talk to him.
I told you that last year when I put you on the phone with her.
You did.
I want you to think about this.
I told you that last year.
Allegedly, Sean Carter is responsible for enacting Hype Williams to put Aaliyah on a faulty plane to move her out the way as punishment for rejecting him, and so he could level up Beyonce, who was struggling. Let's just say allegedly that happened. Now I want you to think about 106th and Park with Mary J. Blige. Free, who is a victim of Sean Carter. Mary J. Blige, who is a victim of Sean Combs, are sitting there talking about the death of Aaliyah amongst each other. Think about that.
Think about it.
You got a Diddy victim, you got a Jay-Z victim, and you got a superstar gone. They know what happened.
Just think about it.
And yet, they had to sit there and have that conversation like they didn't know who did it. Think of the power of that moment. Think about Claudia Jordan right now. Claudia Jordan don't ever mention my mother name. She mentioned it yesterday. Talking about why people are afraid to come forward. You mean like you?
You mean like
you? Was Diddy girl. Corey was Jay-Z girl. Why don't you claim your friend? Claudia.
So, Jack, when you say...
When I say Corey, I'm talking about Kathy White.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was about to ask.
Jay-Z's pregnant mistress.
Yeah.
Who died of an imaginary fucking aneurysm. Just like the woman who was best friends with Kim and 𝗗𝗢𝗡, who wrote the book, Bling, and died as soon as it made the bestsellers list. Who the fuck was these people supposed to go to? You can't go to the boss because the boss is fucking you. And the boss's boss don't get no fuck. Can't go to the authorities.
They're getting paid off.
They're all bought and paid for. You could try to get a special prosecutor, but they'll just pay somebody to reassign him to another case. Where the fuck you go when you get f***ed over by the industry? Nowhere. That's where you go nowhere, which is where people like me step in. You right? I go to Diddy parties to walk mother out, cause ain't nobody stopping me when I come.
So let me ask you, because I look at Gabriel Union, and when you mention things like Jay-Z's time is coming for him, then I look at Beyonce, and I say that women do have
that country album, and any of you that buy that shit stupid as shit.
You don't give it no
rap music with goddamn a holster and a bag.
Remake that. Stand by that. That's a real country hit. Jolene, nice. But it has a ring to it. Stand by your man. Yeah.
Can you hear what she's saying?
And disrespects you with other like 𝗗𝗢𝗡𝗏𝗦 White.
Don't eat.
Right,
don't eat.
He was actually carrying his baby while you was spanking it.
Don't eat on camera, Jaguar. They don't like when you eat on camera,
put his seed
Jaguar.
inside of you. He put it in everybody else.
It's funny when you open up Beyonce's internet, it just gets weird.
Beyonce's internet.
That's what we're calling
That
it.
belongs to the devil. Unless you calling that the devil, she ain't nothing but an employee.
Oh.
Damn.
And half of which dumbass bitch.
So, you know, it's funny that it's crazy you say these
Why
things.
don't nobody want to accept that bitch bitch?
I think she's.
She went and killed the girl cats.
Okay.
The girl went to court and charged her with extreme witchcraft. She was hypnotized. She was drugged. Beyonce came and she was in there eating on her and shit while she was asleep. Snacking on his bitch. Killing people cats.
Oh
and guess what? They wouldn't give her a restraining order. They just told her to stay away from Beyonce and work for somebody else. Guess what? She's having a hard time finding work too.
Oh my
Which is interesting because she's a brilliant musician. And she was trained at the esteemed Berklee College of Music. Handpicked by my very good friend, Terry Lynn Carrington. Dr. Terry Lynn Carrington, who put together Beyonce's entire female band, which was Matthew Knowles' idea because he couldn't get Beyonce to stop people.
Oh my God.
Yes, you didn't know your daughter well enough because she just started all the girls. Impulse control issues? I don't know.
Although I generally agree with most of what Jag has had to say, I do want to cut in here and say something important.
Talk to me.
At one point, Beyonce was technically a victim, and promiscuity can be an indicator for complex trauma and or SA. She also employs what she calls her alter ego during her performances. But many would suggest that this is a clear sign that she suffers from a dissociative disorder.
Many years ago, I named my alter ego Sasha, and it's something that stuck. So when I was trying to decide the title of my album, I realized it had two different sounds. One represented who I really am, and one sounded like my alter ego. So I decided to split it into two because I feel like Sasha is a big treat for my fans. It's definitely exciting being able to have an excuse to be so over the top. And I think you definitely hear the difference. I try to keep Sasha on the stage. I absolutely keep Sasha on the stage, and now she has a last name. She's Sasha Fierce. It was way better than I expected, and Sasha was in full effect. Sasha is my alter ego. And when people see me, sometimes I think that when they meet me and they speak with me, they're expecting Sasha. And I'm really kind of shy, and not really shy, but more reserved, and nothing like Sasha. But I guess I wouldn't be very entertaining on the stage. So Sasha comes out and she's fearless. You know, she can do things that I cannot do when I'm in rehearsal. I mean, I can try, but then it just doesn't happen. I can sing notes and sing strong and do all these things that when I'm just by myself, I can't do. And I remember before I performed, she talking about. I raised my hands up, and it was kind of the first time I felt something else come into me. And I knew that was going to be my coming out night for the BET Awards. Usually when I hear the crowd, when I put on my stilettos, when like the moment right before when you're nervous and that other thing kind of takes over for you. Then Sasha Fierce appears, and my posture and the way I speak and everything is different.
But no, is it like a process that happens too? Like you were talking about the high heels, like once the lashes go on and the makeup and all that stuff.
It's kind of like when I do a movie, becoming the character. Once you put on the wig and once you put on the clothes, you walk different. It's kind of this character that I've created over the years.
And how is Sasha Fierce different than I am?
Well, I know, definitely wearing that bodysuit. I could never walk out here and do that.
Does Sasha Fierce ever go home? Like,
sometimes, but
not
often. Only on special occasions.
Ever show up and shows up sometimes at the house.
But definitely when I'm nervous or whenever I have to perform, whenever I have to do choreography or something that's difficult, and it's no different from anyone else. I feel like we all kind of have that thing that takes over.
Now, there was obviously a changeover when she was no longer just a victim and was in the very least standing idly by in certain circumstances, allegedly, if not a willing participant. So my sympathy for her situation only goes so far. I guess until we reflect on Jay signing a 16-year-old Rihanna after holding her captive for several hours into the night and under threats of bodily harm.
So tell me about your audition with Jay-Z. Tell me what he said to you. A really good audition. Yeah. But before I met him, I was so nervous. I was shaking literally. But the moment I walked into the office, the atmosphere was so warm and welcoming. And you had to sing a cappella for him? Yes, I had to sing. I sang Fun to Replay. I sang another ballad from the album last time. So then what did he say to you? He said something to you. Oh yes, he said, we don't sign songs here, we sign artists. And there was this little pause, and I was nervous. But then he said, and we're interested. And there was this sudden feel of relief. But then he said something about a window and a door. Oh, then he said, he did it whole I did a lot of homework on you. He said, there are two ways to leave here, either through the door with the deal signed or through this window, and we're on the 29th floor. So you was like, where's the pen? Here's the paper. I'm signing. Yeah. And I'm sure working with Jay-Z, you've met Beyonce.
I think that was a low joke.
I could not speak. Really? Really. That's someone I really looked up to for a long time. And it was after one of my showcases, and he was introducing me to everyone from the label. Then he finally said, okay, one more person. And there she was. And I could not speak. And she gave you some advice. Yes, she did. She just told me to, when I get on stage, let loose, have fun, and be in control. Yeah, and don't be afraid to let it go. No. But she'd be like, what?
Oh my God.
You know how she does it. But we're going to be hooking up the whole audience with your CD. Oh, thank you! Thank my guests for coming out here today and all of my dancers for grooving and shaking. And special thanks to your gorgeous performance. You did a really, really good job. If you want to get hooked up with some cool stuff, or if you want to be in my audience, or if you just need my help, check us out at Tyra Show.
After Lemonade, I think everyone was pretty shocked when Beyonce took Jay-Z back and became pregnant. She has apparently been giving her maiden name a test run again, appearing as Beyonce Knowles on Forbes' Most Powerful Women list of 2024. Whether this was her choice or that of the editor, who knows? Could have been a mistake. But there's no doubt that the tensions are running high in the Bey-Z household.
I'm saying, Sean Carter, you're a piece of shit. Taking Pimp C wasn't bad enough. You just want to go down there and you want to just remove all of the balls from every real gangster in Houston. Why did that house burn up? Who the fuck goes to their childhood house for a visit and the shit goes up in flames?
That was very weird. The next day, the week?
The next day.
The next day.
And still, no real investigation on how the house just went up in flames. I guess they paid y'all off. Like they paid y'all off for that Astral World.
So, let me ask you.
Texas politics.
Yeah, Texas politics, man. Stay right there. We're gonna talk about the episode, but for right now, I just got to get your take on when we see a Killer Mike win 3 Grammys
and get arrested immediately after because Jay-Z paid somebody up just so he couldn't have a good night. You Sean.
I'm gonna name some names.
Sure.
And I want to know, were you around them?
Sure.
I would like to start for what everybody knows is Jay-Z.
What about him?
Were you around him? In what capacity were you around him? Was it strictly? Was it only unplugged?
NDAs in my life.
Okay.
Both of them were with Mr. Carter. Ask me what you want to know and I'll answer what I can.
Let's just start with the base level. Business, personal.
Both. And spiritual.
Okay.
We believe in the same power. We don't believe in appropriating it the same way.
Can I ask you this? For you, did you find joy in the business or pleasure? And when you answer that, I'm gonna flip it on him. Do you feel he found joy in the business or pleasure part of that? Or spiritual?
He is the most shameful thing I've ever done.
That's crazy.
There is nothing that I experienced with that person that has not inspired shame except for Unplugged. That was the purest moment. For me, it was all done in love for music, love for all that was there, love for the culture. I hate the fact that we did it all for a culture vulture. For someone who never truly had the capacity to appreciate that moment in time, to steal it from the masses, to hide it, to cloak it. I believe in what God said, and God told me they're all going down. The domino effect is not going to move fast until the Carter chip falls. After that, patience. Patience. Why can't y'all wait on God? This isn't McDonald's. This isn't Burger King. You don't get to get the truth your way. It's God's way. Show a little patience. Somebody puts a lie out there, they put a rumor out there, and all of you run with it and start believing it. But oh my God! That's how easy it is to trick and fool all of you. Shame on you for your weak minds and your need to be led by lies.
So Rose is asking if you can help Ali Carter in any way and get her into witness protection.
Why would I want to do that? If Ali Carter goes into witness protection, we'll never see her again.
We both would die.
Ali Carter, wherever she is, she's safe right where she is. I can tell you right now, the second that you put your life in the government's hands, you're up for grabs. Because all it takes is one corrupt government official who's been paid very well to handle up on you, and then all of a sudden, leave Ali Carter alone. And leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
Do you know what a score that would be for the Illuminati if they could get me and Ali Carter together at the same time? Wow, that would be something. I do not want that young woman in my presence, and I will never willingly be in hers. It is dangerous. just wish people would leave her alone. Believe her if you want to. Don't believe her if you want to. Do whatever you want to do. Just leave her alone.
Leave her alone. Damn. Leave her alone.
People are having a hard time calling her a liar, though.
You got a question from my two. Was leaving J-Lo's name in Spiro's court filing a serious oversight, or is Jay-Z throwing J-Lo under the bus?
They're all going to throw each other under the bus. What do you think roaches do when the lights come on? They stop.
What do you think roaches do when the lights come on, baby?
That's what happens. You are about to watch every last one of them. I don't know him. I wasn't there. I don't do this. I don't do that. He did this. He did that. What they all need to be worried about is what's going on in court with Diddy today. That's what they need to be worried about. Because now that Jay-Z is broken up via PowerPoint with the diddler, I truly doubt that Diddy's not going to take the very sound advice I gave him almost 7 months ago. Snitch. Snitch. They all rode yo demonic behind to glory. Look at what they doing to you, Diddy.
Why not snitch,
They're
basically?
trying to let you run. They all was down with you. Snitch. What, you thought Jay-Z was doing all of this stuff to help just get everything dismissed so you could get out before more stuff before y'all could cover it up? See how he done you? Do you see what the Jigga Man done to you, Diddy?
The Jigga Man?
He don't know you?
He
knew you when he needed you for clout. He don't know you? But he knew you and needed you when y'all used Biggie Smalls to legitimize Jigga Man. But he don't know you? See how that works? I told your ass, you better snitch. This is what he does. He is not loyal to anyone other than himself. Not even his wife. Because the truth is, they don't even love each other. They can't possibly. They're more worried about holding their lives together than just finding a truth they can stand on. But then again, you would need a truth to stand on. They don't have any. All of their lives, smoke and mirrors. All of their careers, staged, orchestrated. Every real thing that would have stopped them from making it removed. Like, what is it going to take? What's it going to take? This man has no lawyer. He does. That's why when that statement came out and him talking about valor and honor and integrity, where's the valor and honor and integrity in denouncing your little Diddy man? Ain't no honor in that. Ain't no valor in that. Ain't no integrity in that. Because Diddy used his juice to pump you up. And now you think you just get to scurry away? I hope Diddy tells him everything. And I hope he smiles when they drag your ass in the MPC right with him. I hope he does that little Diddy bop that he like to do.
Just before Sean goes on to that next question, everyone, can we get some likes for Jaguar's moves there for a start? But can we get some shares as well? Please help push this out. And Jag, once again, thank you always, as always, for being here. And Side Chat, thank you for your great
Diddy
question.
do bop bop.
There's Siggy watching Jag on Purple Rain on YouTube. All right, you've got a lovely comment here. Do you ever focus on everyone who supports and validates you? Because you are loved.
Of course I do.
You are loved, seen, and heard by so many. I taught my daughter about who you are. She is learning history as it happens.
Wow.
Fabulous.
Wow.
Thank you for that acknowledgement.
Yes.
Of course I do. But the truth is, acknowledging all of you, what's really more important? Acknowledging the good, fighting the bad.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Once we get rid of all of these weirdos and I can safely go back out on the road without having to worry about being set up by concert promoters. Once I can finally do that, we'll celebrate. And I'll sing for you all and we'll laugh and we'll dance together. But the reason why I stepped away from my career to do this work specifically is because there's no way for me to do my work safely until the bad guys are gone.
Till the bad guys are gone.
You know, the survivors that I talked to, this whole BuzzFeed craziness scared the crap out of them.
Monique is asking you to elaborate on Alex Spiro saying Jay-Z and Diddy aren't friends. I watched Choke No Joke destroy what Alex Spiro said.
Well, I mean, I'm sure he's looking for relevance, but everyone is missing what's really going on regarding Alex Spiro. There's so many people that watch TV, and you can tell it's all entertainment. They don't learn anything. What Alex Spiro is an excellent fixer. Just like Olivia Pope was on Scandal. And if anybody bothered to pay attention to all 7 seasons of that show, the only time Olivia Pope came out and spoke on the podium was when people were in trouble. Wow. Big trouble. And they needed her chutzpah and they needed her confidence to keep the media and the public at bay while they wrapped up the situation in the background. Alex Spiro is not the kind of lawyer that you're supposed to see on television. He's the guy in the backdrop with the paperwork and the suitcase full of cash. If he's sitting out front, trouble is imminent. Wow. Imminent. He should be more like Martin Scorsese. You know his work, but you really don't know his face. And yet, Ariel Mitchell Kidd has disappeared, and now we have the male Olivia Pope, Alex Spiro, to come and save the day. And everyone's talking about the great job that he did. Oh my goodness, he's a superstar lawyer. And look at what he did for Alec Baldwin. He got Alec Baldwin off of a case that should never have been filed against him in the first place. The person that was responsible and should have been held responsible for what happened to that director of photography. And may God rest her soul, and may her children and her husband have peace, or at least as much as they can. You know, he didn't load that pow. It was loaded by the person that was handling it. Instead, they blamed him for it, saying that he shouldn't have had his finger on the hammer or the trigger. And yet, nobody's questioning the person that loaded the round into the firearm. It was a hit job. Period. Alex Spiro is no hero. The only thing he did was get Alec Baldwin off of a charge that should have never fell on him in the first place. That's not a hero. That's a fixer. That's what he is. He is just a man. He is just an attorney with just as compromised as a legal background as Tony Busby. I find it funny that everyone's talking about Tony Busby and him being an ambulance chaser and him being in it for the money, but no one is talking about what Alex Spiro's billable hours look like. He's not in it for the money. I can guarantee you right now, he costs at least anywhere from $2,500 to $5,000 an hour. And I can guarantee you that the Carters probably had to put down $2.5 million as a retainer. Probably part of the reason why they're liquidating assets and selling that private island so quickly. It's probably time to pay the piper. Alex Spiro comes along with at least 150 paralegals. He comes along
with at least 25 different investigators. He comes along with a lot of things. When you buy him, you buy the team. And not only that, you still have to pay billable hours for the managing partners at his firm who are overseeing everything that he does. Off of this case defending the Carters, Mr. Spiro's probably going to make a good $25 million. And nobody's asking him if he's in it for the money? That's insane. And I guarantee you, he's making a lot more money than Tony Busby. And those are facts. Alex, no disrespect, but you need to stop playing with me. See, everybody wants to give you credit for being so smart and being so amazing. And yet you still can't figure out how to address the Jaguar Wright issue. See, nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody wants to talk about the fact that a black woman who is a skilled and trained entrepreneur and a college dropout is outthinking Wonder Boy.
Jaguar, the way they got to Jane Doe's dad, do you see parallels with the R. Kelly case whereby...
Absolutely.
When they had the video of him urinating on the lady, young girl, they got to a family member to get that one, even video evidence, and they managed to get around it by getting to a family member?
Yep. And they paid them. And then that woman had to come back in her 30s and finally tell the truth. Why is nobody checking the financials of that girl's father's bank account? What was his credit score before that interview? Has it changed? Why does nobody want to believe that these people are willing to pay off anybody that they can because they don't want to tell the truth? And the truth is that the only people that are buying this hogwash is America. Everywhere else in the world, the pitchforks are out. Knives out. Why not America? People are talking about the NFL supporting the Carters and how that's a show of confidence. What else are they going to do? They promised people that they were going to get that monkey woman to dance on a string for a very large ticket price. Do you think they're going to cut that off? And by the way, the NFL ticket prices, what they going to do? More importantly than that, why is their vote of confidence so important? Shouldn't it be LVMH or LVHM?
French company, yeah, LVMH.
Yeah, LVMH. Half of Roc Nation's investment dollars that keep it going. That company's about to pull it. Who cares what the NFL thinks? The French are in balance. And if they pull their assets, Roc Nation is over. Period. Sad.
So do you think all these brands now are looking at the way that mainstream media has parlayed Jane Doe's inconsistencies and thinking they can keep this cleaned up versus if more lawsuits come, or if there's a criminal indictment, then the dominoes will collapse? But right now it seems like they're trying to hold the fort.
Right now, the only thing Alex Spiro is the little boy holding his finger in the dike of the dam, trying to stop it from cracking for the flood to come. That's who Alex Spiro is. He's the little boy with his finger in the dike in the dam, trying to stop it. And guess what? If he's not successful, he'll simply just disappear back into normal life and continue to keep working for everyone else at probably $10,000 to $15,000 worth of billable hours per day. The lack of intelligence that Americans have now, to me, is astounding. It's astounding. They literally rely on these machines to tell them what to think, to tell them what to believe. They're too lazy to go and look for themselves. They want to be spoon-fed. And guess what? That's exactly what the media does. It spoon-feeds y'all whatever you want to believe.
I spoke on Piers Morgan. I said that I had
3 victims that I've been working with, victims of the Carters, that were ready to come forward. This might help them feel a little more confident now. So this is great because he's been evading. But the thing is, everyone in the backdrop knew that he was the celebrity John Doe. Everybody knew that. They knew it when I did Piers Morgan. I hope to God not. But she was around. And she's very... she's got enough on her plate. After everything that happened with the election and everything that's happening right now, I'm not going to dump on that woman. She got better fish to fry. She knows exactly who he is. She knows. She knows. Who have been flown to the United States without parental supervision or a chaperone, brought to a grown man's office in a large corporate Manhattan building. Everybody knew when she flew in. I was there the day she got signed. Everyone was talking about it. And the 6 hours that she spent with him and the 4 hours that she spent alone with him with no parental supervision. Her father didn't show up till the next day to come and collect the check. You should talk to Jonathan.
Please.
Because Jonathan was there. He was right there working with Rihanna. And it was right when they started crafting her to be seen as a brand and commodity only and not a person, and kept sheltered in Los Angeles, where she was going out to parties and partying at 15, 16, 17 years old, hanging out at the Rainbow Room, hanging out. Yeah, like it was one of my friends who found out she was 17 when everyone thought she was 21. And he was like, wow. Yo, why do y'all got me carrying this girl around? And she's, it's cool. Especially the financial hold with the companies and all of the money and all of the strings that he pulled to. He treats these women like shell corporations. A lot of people don't realize the timeline, but after everything went bad with Robert Kelly and he had to divorce Aaliyah, Jay-Z was interested while she was still underage. And as she started spending more time in New York, he was very, very, very right there. She didn't want that. She didn't want that with him. And if there's one thing I can tell you about Sean Carter, being embarrassed and being rejected are things he does not handle well. You know, a lot of people say, oh, you're crazy. He didn't do anything to Big L. He didn't do anything to Lamont Coleman. But I think people tend to forget, if Dame had successfully signed Lamont to Rockefeller, we wouldn't even know about Reasonable Doubt. It would have stayed a cult classic, probably sold 750,000. If Lamont Coleman had signed to Rockefeller, he would have been the star. He's always removed anything that can make him look as average as he is. I don't know how many times they used to tell the story, oh, he has a photographic memory. He remembers all of his lyrics, yet he's always had a teleprompter in the floor at his shows. That's why he would always sit down and look down at make it look like he was looking at his shoes. No, he was reading the lyrics. He is a magician. Everything you see about him is an illusion. But what he loves the most is controlling youth. And I wish I hadn't signed paperwork. And I wish I hadn't taken money. I wish. I spent my time collecting these people. And they will have their day and we will all get justice. Inga Marshawn at 14 years old, 14 and a half, going on 15 years old, singing highly explicit and sexually charged, lyrics all written by Sean Carter. What kind of 27-year-old grown man turns a 14, 15-year-old girl virtually into a prostitute and gave her the nickname the Ill Nana? No kidding.
You should have sent her to her shows with penicillin. Been halfway decent. All the men that she messed over. Oh my goodness. And every time he would ignore her, she would start acting crazy with corrupt. Real crazy. And that day that she stuck that knife in his gut at his mother's house, God rest her soul. That girl is insane. He drove her nuts. And she's deaf from syphilis. There is no absolute denial. I hear ridiculous, preposterous, but I don't hear, I did not do that. More importantly, he's still having a hard time saying his friend's name. Diddy. You're not being accused of this independently. You're being accused of doing this with Diddy. Say something. I know that my friend is in trouble for all of these things. And as unfortunate as that is, it's not me. Say something, but you're still trying to pretend like you don't know him. And that's a problem. Because this isn't just your case. This is you and Diddy. And you still not mentioned him at all. But worse than that, he wants to talk about people being ambulance chasers and being, I don't know. My father was a Marine. My father, simplify. Hoorah. My money's on Tony Busby. And what I will say to everyone is, rather than getting into who's right and who's wrong, just listen to the facts. Just listen to the facts and let the details go. But the one thing that man did not do was still acknowledge the fact that Diddy is his best friend and he was there during his reign of terror for all of it. What I will say is this, because I'm not trying to get anybody called by Alex Spiro today. In my opinion, I think it's one of three people. One's name begins with a J, one's name begins with an M, and one's name begins with a B. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Mary quite contrary. Because she was down for a lot. And allegedly, her, Diddy, and Danny Boy have had some fun together. And they were flying him from California to New York as a minor, regardless if he was signed to Death Row Records. They flew an underage young man from LA to New York, all the way across the country, for the purposes of fornication.
There are so many mandatory federal laws that are broken there. I know. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like the hypocrisy of what Natanya said about so many people in prison for a pew being found inside a gun. Yeah. Oh my God, inside a car, right? A pew being found inside a car. And just because you were in the car, you're now in jail. Nothing to do with it, nada. But J-Lo gets to moonwalk her backside out of all of it. And it's nuts.
Not forever.
Nah, not forever. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Hopefully.
Not forever. Not forever. Because the beautiful thing about these people is that they're all narcissists. Truthfully, they're not loyal to each other at all. They're accomplices. Accomplices appear loyal.
Until they knock on the door. Yeah, 100%.
But they gonna flip. All of them. I can't wait.
Do you think that the feds have kept their cards so close to the chest to see how many people will flee the coop and start getting shaky legs? And
no, I think the feds are doing everything they can do to cover their ass. Okay. I don't think the feds want to let anybody know how they let these bad boys run these streets. They're going to be thorough. They're going to be thorough. And ain't nothing gonna touch the house of J. Edgar Hoover and the G-Men. Everything these guys have done, they learned from the feds. These are all Fed tactics. Everything that Diddy has done was right out of the J. Edgar Hoover playbook. And guess what? He liked to freak off too. in his mother's dress and pearls and lipstick. Yeah, J. Edgar was quite, and look at Diddy. Remember he said he likes to wear the perm and get dressed up on a Friday night like one of Charlie, just like the J. Edgar.
Oh my God.
The other question they're all asking is about, you were started to say, you were hinting at the message you'd sent to Pierce's people. People are asking if you could give them a bit more about that.
Well, what I will say is this. I lost about 5 or 6 interviews that I was doing that were important to my work after Pierce. I was told that because Pierce, retracted and apologized, that I wasn't credible. And that they were going to have to wait and see how things played out. There's a legal term. It's called tortious interference. It's when you do things to intentionally stop someone's livelihood or work by discrediting their character or, bringing negative attention to a business deal. Tortious interference. Alex Spiro committed tortious interference when he called and demanded that apology, because clearly I was not exaggerating about Mr. and Mrs. Carter. But you allowed them to silently defame my character without asking them to prove it. If you're going to call someone a liar, call out the lie. He could just said, he could have called and said, this woman has done this to us or done that to us, or we've done this for this woman and that for this woman, and we don't understand why and this is the evidence of why this is ridiculous. There was none such process that happened.
Yeah.
I was just discredited, and they were Jay-Z and Beyonce, and I'm sorry. It would be sad if I had to sue somebody to get made whole for everything that I lost this fall.
That's funny, man. And think about it. They just came in with, this my lawyer. If you'll take that down. Oh, okay, I take it down. Take it down for what? What? I mean, what did she say that was so bad? What part do we need to talk about? They ain't say none of that shit, man. They just said, okay, I'm going to take it down. Jaguar Wright, Jay-Z lawyer called, we got to take it down. What the lawyer called, what did he say? I don't even know what he said. We just took it down. Bitches. Oh, excuse me. You don't supposed to call them bitches. Yeah, that's why. See, if Uncle Mike signed an NDA, that's a waste of time. That's a waste of paper, because I'm going to say what I got to say. F y'all. Yeah, that's right. He did. Well, I signed the NDA so I can't snitch on somebody that need my help. Help people. I signed what? I ain't even know what that was. But he did it. Yeah.
Because Pierce was so impressed. Alex Spiro. Or maybe Rupert Murdoch just doesn't want any more waves.
They crazy, man.
I don't know.
Facts. I mean, what did they say? They just...
You got a viewer question here, and it is, Jag, what is Snoop, Will, Drake, and Usher in all of this?
Of course. Suge is not lying. And the people that aren't speaking are the ones who are just trying to keep their head down and collect as much money as they can and get ready for when Diddy snitches on them.
Facts. So much facts.
If y'all think, see, Jay-Z failing at screwing up the jury pool and helping Diddy get bond, him failing at that, picking every idiot that they could from the idiot farm, come out here and run dummy missions. It's exactly what I said it was. Starts little fires, runs away, and makes
Everybody else carry warrior. I thought her inviting me to come to honor her was like maybe an olive branch in some way. But you staring down on me. Like you ready to fight. Fuck, I'm here for it. And I could have been home.
Fuck, I'm here for it.
I was playing Tomb Raider back then. Like, I could have been Lara Croft and then smoking a joint, kicking and making dinner for my kids. And I'm come up here so you and your sister can grit on me up close.
Because I'm here for.
Then Beyonce comes.
She was going to be next. Go ahead.
And they walked her in. And then I watched Mary J. fawn over her. She stopped talking. Like, this was an event to honor her. And all she could do was sing Beyonce's praises. And how, even though she was a younger artist than her, how she looked up to her and saw her as a role model for all the girls in the business. And how honored she was that Beyonce honored her with her presence to come while she was being honored by Vibe magazine, who she had appeared in more times at that moment than Beyonce. How crazy does that sound?
It was a dancing though. She might have been,
You're being, imagine. I want you to think about what I just said. This is sitting here getting an honor for being the most, written about black woman in Vibe magazine for 10 years, and all you can talk about is the bitch that's coming behind you?
Facts.
You ain't talk about the producers. You didn't talk about the writers. You didn't talk about the team that helped you get there. Your whole speech was about how great Beyonce is. That's when I knew she was picked. But when I think of that speech that day at that Vibe magazine event, and then I think of Lizzo and her acceptance speech when she won Album of the Year and beat Beyonce, the one award she can't win, maybe because you don't put good albums together.
Oh my
Just
God.
nice videos and singles. But all that being said, didn't Lizzo do the same thing in the middle?
Wait a minute. Y'all remember Kanye West jumped up on stage when that little girl, he had the liquor bottle in his hand, and that little girl was getting her award, and he took the mic from her, and he pointed and said Beyonce had the best video, and then gave her back the mic? Yeah, people are going out their way to say, look here, Jay-Z, I'm on your team too. I'm fighting for y'all to be the big dogs to run this. We run these streets. We run the record labels. We run this world. Think about that, man.
Her speech, she stopped her acceptance speech to say how she felt bad for winning Album of the Year because Beyonce didn't get it.
Deja vu.
Damn.
Listen to me. We're talking.
Hold up, y'all. Wait a
That
minute.
being said,
What's this?
didn't Lizzo do the same thing in the middle of her speech?
Mm-hmm.
She stopped her acceptance speech to say how she felt bad for winning Album of the Year because Beyonce didn't get it.
Deja vu.
Listen to me. We're talking Mary J. Blige, who came before Beyonce, singing her praises while she's being honored, forgets herself, talks about this bitch. 20 years later, Lizzo winning the one Beyonce award she can't get. And she stops in the middle of that to say, I feel bad that I won your award. Tell me there's not something off with that.
They know.
I hope everyone's having a safe and happy whatever. I know a lot of people aren't really feeling the holiday spirit this year, and that's okay. How can anyone be expected to want to celebrate commercialism once they're awakened to the dark reality of the world we live in? And during a recession worse than the Great Depression, no less. Do whatever feels right for you. as long as you're going with a good heart, good intentions, and staying out of trouble. Trying to have this 𝗟𝗢𝗡𝗏 deep dive into the lesser-known aspects in time for her death anniversary, going into everything regarding the essay she was suffering prior to that fateful night, and what was passed over and ignored that I feel was crucial information. It's all very dark and suffocating. So I needed this little side quest to come up for air. But it's well underway, and I already don't celebrate capitalism, so should be able to power through the next couple days and have it ready to go in time. So make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the flip side.
On the flip side, baby, most definitely. Man, this is ridiculous, man. Hey, I'm trying to let y'all know, man. It is something strange about people worshiping or actually praising the wrong people because of they know that these people run the record label. So because they know these people run the record label, then I get awards, I get praise, I know I should be in this place. But rumor has it that if you don't praise these people, you ain't gonna get too far in your music. This is in the music industry, this is in the movie industry, this is in the YouTube industry, man. It's in the YouTube industry, the same thing. If you step on certain channels or say something negative about certain channels, your channel ain't gonna grow, bruh. It ain't gonna grow. You know, and I thank all my subscribers. I thank all the channels who support me. I even thank all the channels who don't support me, baby. You know what I'm saying? But you notice all the channels that don't support me, they ain't big. All the channels who support me, they kind of big. You know, they kind of real big. And I thank y'all. I thank y'all, man. Hey, you won't hear me saying nothing bad about Jaguar. Shit. I can't wait. In fact, I need to call her when I get off the phone, man. She's supposed to be coming on the show. Come on, Jag. What y'all waiting on? Hey, we did a tribute to Jag, man. That was funny, man. But I'm gonna get on up out of here. Y'all tell me what y'all think, man. This is all the crazy stuff Jag done said. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Hey, tell him Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out. If you're an ender, let me know that you're an ender. If you hear my voice right now, that means you made it to the end of this video. Let me know that you're an ender. Put ender in the comments. And also check out our Patreon, man. Go down to that more, click that more button, that more word, that word that says more. Click that bad boy, man. Y'all can see our Patreon, man. We got free stuff up there, and we also got stuff for paid memberships and everything. Low as $3 a month, man. Support the channel. Help us grow. Peace out.